Thank you, Paul. We'll have an opportunity to talk to Ryan Sittler, the son of Darryl, looking to make his NHL debut in the near future. We'll introduce you to part 2 of our World Junior Diary. Who knows where the boys are going to be today? And Paul and Gary hopefully will have highlights of the second period when it's over.
All those sleeping people there, we hope that's not how you react to our intermission.
That's the boys on the bus, though, and when you get an opportunity to nod off on a bus, especially traveling as far as Team Canada has and playing as many games as they have since the middle of December, you catch those winks when you can.
Pat Peak, number 16, being caught up in a maze there. What a job to get loose, but he can't get it in front. Dykhouse with a nice play there to block the pass. Here's Peak along the boards again. Niedermeyer chopping at him. Strong shift by Pat Peak to keep this drive alive late in the period. Peak along the boards. And a penalty coming up against Team Canada. Not much dealt there. Tyler Wright really took a run to come in and hit his man, and referee Ari Mikkonen making the call.
That's where Team Canada has got to listen to their coach. And every coach that has ever coached an international team over here understands the word restraint. And trying to get that across to your players is sometimes difficult. Rick Kornacki has talked about that right from the start of training camp. Dick Todd in the past year talked about it. And right here, Tyler Wright, who likes to show his aggressiveness and loves to hit, didn't pick the right time.
So a late period power play opportunity for the U.S. Chris Ferrero tying the game up for Team USA at 17:56. See if they can spark some life into the power play. The 0 for 2 a little bit deceiving because one of the power plays was very short, about 15 seconds. Peak on the faceoff. Back to the line. Here's LaChance. LaChance has a great shot if they can get it to him. Here's Brennan. Shoots. Kidd the save. Rebound sitting there. Peak moves through. Shooting. A chest-high shot is pulled in by Kidd.
If you were with us in the Canada-Finland game, we talked so much about the fact that Canada didn't play well. Well, there was an exception. They played very well when it came to killing penalties in that game. They did a masterful job of protecting Trevor Kidd, and Trevor Kidd took over, of course, and made all the saves that he had to. But Canada killed penalties very well.
And another very positive part of Canada's game, as has been the whole tournament, really, the play of Trevor Kidd. And right off, Eric Lindros stepping through and dumping Pat Peak there in the faceoff. And they're going to wave both centermen out and drop it again. Peak and Lindros have squared off a few times in the Ontario Hockey League.
Watch this. Lindros with his strength just put Peak down. And that all came from the strength from shoulder to the wrist.
Peak gets in there, dished it back to LaChance, but didn't hit him with the pass. 20 seconds to play in this second period. A 2-2 hockey game, the U.S. on the power play. And here comes Tkachuk driving through a wall of Canadian players. He makes it to the back of the net. Gets it up around the boards. LaChance moving over to cut it off. Ralston shoots. That just pinged off the side of the net, and time runs out. The U.S. will have itself a power play when third period action gets underway, but they have themselves a 2-2 tie with Canada after a pair of periods. Our second intermission is on deck. We'll be back live from Fussen, Germany after this. Opportunity for Graves.
Makeshift line of Graves, Turcotte and blocked because of all the power play time the Rangers had. Wilkinson rattled and score! Adam Graves!
Fort shifting, moving right in. The shot scored!
Now you can learn superstar hockey skills. Hockey with Roger Nielsen from Atlanta's Video. Roger Nielsen.
We both like to wish everybody in Newfoundland, families and friends, a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And to certain cities such as North Bay, Ontario and Cornwall, Ontario. Cheers.
TSN's live coverage of the World Junior Hockey Championships from Fussen, Germany. We are tied at 2 after 2. Just one goal in that second period for Team USA with 20 minutes of hockey still to go. The final 20 minutes should be very exciting indeed here on New Year's Day in Fussen, Germany. The World Junior Hockey Championships are turning into a family affair for many people, including Daryl and his wife, Wendy Sittler, who are over here actually on business and pleasure. Daryl is working for the Toronto Maple Leafs at the present time, and he's also here to watch his son, Ryan Sittler, taking part in the World Junior Championships. What is it like to play in a tournament of this size, your first major tournament at 17 years of age?
It's an honor. I didn't think I'd be picked this team, but obviously it just feels really good to be a part of the U.S. program. Hopefully we'll pull this one out.
Well, it's very close, and you've got lots of time to do it as well. Talking to Art Berglund before the game, Ryan, he told me that the team officials are very, very surprised and happy with the way you've played so far, that they wanted to give you a chance to see, because really they were looking down the road, but they're very happy with your play. How do you feel about your play?
I just go out and work hard and try to keep the guys up and play my role, just the role player. Hopefully the next 2 years I'll be able to make a team again and have this experience.
Now you have dual citizenship, American and Canadian. Was there any chance that maybe you would have considered playing for Team Canada as opposed to the American team?
Well, this summer I played for the 17s USA, and I lived most of my life in the United States, and that's my team now. So
you're going to American college. Why go to college as opposed to the junior leagues in Canada? I
just want to get my education, and I have a couple more years to develop as a player and as a person. And I just wanted to get a degree, so I have something to back me up after hockey.
Talk about this hockey team of yours. You played extremely well in this tournament.
Yeah, we have some good leadership. Keith DeChook and Scott LaChance. They have a lot of experience, and they're with the Olympic team, and they bring us together.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks a lot.
Ryan Sittler of Team USA is 17 years old, doing very, very well, handling himself in the World Junior Hockey Championships here in Fussen, Germany. Our television coverage continues right after this.
Of Swift, Samurai, and Sidekick.
Hello, everybody. Happy New Year to all of you from all of us here at TSN. Just one game in the NHL on this New Year's Day. They're playing it at the Cap Center in Washington. We'll pick it up in the first period. The Islanders and Washington tied 1-1. Randy Burge will pick up a long rebound and slide it past Steve Weeks, and it was 2-1 Washington. Some physical play in this game. Happy New Year. Brad Delgarno into the boards heavily. Second period, great effort by Nick Kyprios to fight off a check. Makes it 3-1 Washington. Later in the second, 4-2 Washington. Kyprios right there again. Dino Ciccarelli rebound. Kyprios puts it away 5-2. And now, as they play late in the third, Washington leading 7-5. The Capitals looking to move into first place in the Patrick Division. This, of course, a very busy bowl day in the United States. There are 8 games. 2 of them, later games, will have an effect on the national championship. Let's bring you up to date on what's happened so far. And we'll start with the Peach Bowl, where East Carolina beat North Carolina State by 3. They're in the fourth quarter, and Syracuse leading Ohio State 17-10. That's in the Hall of Fame. In the Citrus Bowl, California easily now, third quarter, leading Clemson. And Florida State, number 5, outside chance of finishing number 1 with the right combinations, leading 7-2.
Good luck, Team Canada, as you go for 3 gold medals on the road at the World Junior Championship.
We hope you're enjoying New Year's Day wherever you are joining us across Canada. We are live from Fussen, Germany at the World Junior Hockey Championships. We have a 2-all tie between Canada and the United States. We have played 40 minutes of hockey with 20 minutes still to go. You know, it's always interesting to players, especially young players, like to do when they're not playing hockey. Well, we've had the opportunity in the last week of watching them because we've given them a handicap to take with them wherever they go, and they've come up with some very impressive results. Let's take a look at the World Junior Diary once again. This edition of World Junior Hockey Diary is brought to you by Panasonic, just slightly ahead of
What's going on? I don't know if it's on or not. Okay, Okay.
It's on, yeah, it's on. Switch
the red light.
Okay, see if it goes off right now.
Yeah, it's on.
Okay, zoom. Here's our preparation for game 2.
Against Dead Souls.
Bad tolls.
Bad tolls.
I think the battery's dead because it's going really blurry. Oh, you have to look way back.
Zoom.
Get her up with a fine shot.
Hughes up to Korea. Like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
How you doing? How you doing? Nice open rink.
After that display of basketball off the top of the tape, you know why these guys are all playing hockey. We'll take a break and come back with more coverage from Fussen, Germany in the World Junior Hockey Championships, where Canada and the U.S. are deadlocked at 2 after 2.
The angle on Steve Junker. Cullimore at center for Canada. Spun around by his man. LeChance moves it up, gets it in front, scores!
Just a 1-goal shot on goal, still in favor of Team Canada, 15-12. Two-period total, 25-24. With more thoughts on the second period of play, here's Paul and Gary.
And the proverbial is the glass half full or half empty. Was Team Canada playing more poorly in that period, or was the U.S. playing better in that period?
Well, I think the U.S. were playing better, Paul. However, I did expect Canada to come out in the second period and take off where they had played from where they'd finished off from in the first. They were skating, they were bumping in the first. In the second, it was almost like all of a sudden Team USA woke up and they started to play a little bit better offensively.
I was talking to one of the scouts on the way down here, and he was saying that both coaches are changing lines an awful lot. It seems every whistle, every 20 seconds there's a line change. That's got to be really tough for a player to get into the game.
Well, that can be difficult, but right now I think what both coaches are looking for is a little bit more jump in that second period from their players. And so if you don't see it in the first 20 seconds, 30 seconds, you're going to get them off the ice and get somebody from the bench that hopefully will do it for you.
Is it just me, or have you also noticed that the Team Canada defense doesn't seem to be coming up and joining the attack quite as much as it did in the last game we saw when they were getting burned against the Finns?
Well, that might just be the reason why, is that I think Canada's defense in the game against Finland, Paul, were they were gambling way too much. And in this game, I know that Rick Kornacki didn't want his team playing that way because they knew that they were up against much stiffer competition.
When you're coaching a team in a close game heading into the final period, do you change things around at all? Is there anything we might look for to see changed in this period?
Well, I would think that right now that the game plan's been pretty much set by both teams, and they want to play a skating, forechecking game. Canada's got one problem right now. They've got to kill off a penalty for this first minute and a half.
Hey, hope it's a great third period. It should be. It's close. The U.S. and Canada tied after a pair.
And lots at stake as well. Canada takes over first place with a victory today. The USA will move into a tie for first with the CIS, former Soviets. We'll take a break with the score tied at 2 from Fussen. Happy New Year, everyone. Stay with us. The best is yet to come.
Join us tomorrow when we play Czechoslovakia on TSN. Be there.
And the fans filing back to their seats, and the players filing back onto the ice. We're still waiting for the arrival of the U.S. team for this third period, a 2-2 hockey game.
I think Trevor Kidd might be a little busy in this next minute. Well, Team Canada tried to kill off the penalty that Tyler Wright took near the end of the second period.
See that little bib Trevor Kidd has on there, similar to what a football quarterback has. He uses it to wipe off his hands and the inside of his mask when he gets a chance, saves him a trip to the bench.
Trevor Kidd's coming up with quite the inventions for a goaltender. Now, meanwhile, Mike Dunham at the other end has been outstanding for Team USA. He has been the difference, especially in the first period of play.
Well, again, you wonder why he didn't start in the last game for Team USA against Sweden. The way he had played, so clearly the #1 goaltender. Had the U.S. won that game, then they would be 4-0 heading into this one.
Phil Esposito, the general manager, the president of the Tampa Lightning, new members of the National Hockey League here, along with his brother Tony Esposito, the director of player personnel, to scout the talent as they prepare for their first draft.
I understand they're looking for coaches. Is any interest there, Gary, in coaching an expansion team?
Hey, Paul, knock it off.
Rich Brennan for Team USA. Third period action just underway, and the U.S. is on a power play. Pass goes up over 2 lines, and the faceoff will come back into USA territory. 48 seconds to go in the man advantage.
You know, one difference for Team Canada today, I think it's helped, has been the return of Richard Matvichuk, especially in that first period. 6'3", 195-pounder.
He hasn't played a lot, but he's had a couple of key shifts and just given Rick Kornacki that extra card to play with.
And the players rather spirited on the bench for Team Canada. They need to be. They've got to have a big third period.
When you used to coach junior in Peterborough, was that something you insisted on, lots of chatter on the bench, or is that something that just kind of has to happen?
I think it's got to happen, Paul. I don't think you can force it.
And a penalty coming up, a high sticking call, and it's going to go against the USA. And check that, it's Steve Junker heading to the penalty box. And now he's curling away from the penalty box. No, we just let the referee tell us. A high sticking call. It is going to go against Junker. Comes at the 50-second mark, so the U.S. will have a 2-man advantage for the next 31 seconds.
Not what Team Canada wanted to do to start this third period off. Watch this. Junker just gets that stick up way too high on Brian Rafalski, and he ends up going to the penalty box, joining Tyler Wright.
So a 5-on-3 for Team USA, and a huge opportunity early in this third period to grab the lead. It's a 2-2 hockey game, and the U.S. sets up shop on the power play. Here's LaChance, working it around back at the blue line. Lilly trying to get in position to shoot. Now he pulls the trigger, and it's blocked there by Carl Dykhouse. He's blocked a couple of shots tonight. Here's Lilly again to LaChance. Side of the net. Back out to Lilly again. Had to spin around, and that took away the shot. LaChance now right in front. Just fired wide by Taychuk. Here's LaChance shooting. Kidd to stop, and he hangs on.
What a great opportunity for Taychuk. Keith Taychuk was parked just to the left of Trevor Kidd, and that's right. Walt Kyle just doesn't know how that puck did not go in for Taychuk. Watch where Taychuk is planted. When he got possession of that puck, he knew exactly what he had to do with it. He tried to tip it quickly into the net. Instead, he ended up in the net. Watch Scott LaChance as he moved that puck first. And then the traffic in front of the net on Trevor Kidd was a little hectic.
How about that cross-check from Carl Dykhouse?
What cross-check? Did you see a cross-check?
Ran his man over. The USA now with a 1-man advantage for about the next minute and a half. We've played a minute and a half of this third period, a 2-2 hockey game. I'm Paul Van Horn in Fussen, Germany, on this New Year's Day at the World Junior Hockey Championship. Here's LaChance. Moves it up. Stopped at the line there was Connor Walchuk, and the U.S. bench hollering for a penalty. 57 seconds left. West. And LaPointe with some great work in the shorthanded situation. Look at him after that puck. 2 U.S. players on him, gets it in front, and Tyler Wright almost put it away. Dunham was there with the stop, and the U.S. comes back. Ferrero, Peter Ferrero, back in the net, looking in front. Try to roll it there. It's broken up by Jason Cullimore, number 2 of Team Canada. He'll bump in along the boards. Cullimore trying to hold off 2 USA players. 25 seconds left in the power play for the U.S. And time being eaten up by the scrambling along the boards. And Sador will finalize the issue and hang on to it, and gets a little rub in the head from the glove of Peter Ferrero after the whistle.
Yeah, Sador was a little upset about that play.
Great work by LaPointe up in the offensive zone in the penalty killing. Look at him go to work along the boards. He's outnumbered 2 or 3 to 1.
Well, he took the puck right off of Rich Brennan and just showed how good he is along the boards in heavy traffic. Martin LaPointe is a muscular man, and boy, he sure proved that to the U.S. He was fighting off 3 U.S. players and still was able to come up with possession of the puck.
LaPointe, the first-round pick of the Detroit Red Wings in the last NHL draft. Puck chopped up. It comes outside the blue line. We get another stoppage with 9 seconds remaining in the U.S. power play. Team Canada and the U.S. tied at 2.
Well, no doubt Martin LaPointe saw his assistant general manager, the Detroit Red Wings, Nick Polano, here. So, like many of these players on Team Canada, either the general managers of the NHL teams or assistant general managers or directors of player personnel are here watching their performance.
Lindros on the face-off against Jim Campbell. Campbell got it in over the blue line just momentarily. And the U.S. can say so long to this power play chance. Teams back at even strength, and the score remains tied, and the U.S. is called for icing. We have played 2 minutes and 55 seconds of this third period.
So this is where Team Canada have got to just kind of wipe the slate clean. The 2-2 hockey game. They've been able to kill off their penalties. Now they've got about 17 minutes to play their best of hockey. And Rick Kornacki knows that he's got to get Eric Lindros going. For as much as you can't put all the pressure on Eric Lindros right now to lead the way, you do have other players out there that have got to contribute. But still, Lindros is their big man, and he still looks as though he's suffering from the flu. He's just not playing the way he's capable of.
Nelson in the corner tried to one-hand it in front. He'll get another chance, this time with 2 hands. And can't get anywhere. He's got Chris Imes all over him. Here's Brent Bilodeau for Team USA. Turner Stevenson watching him. Away comes Brian Ralston. Lots of room. Gets the line. Shoots. Kid the save. Rebound gobbled up by Dykhouse. Nelson churning in along the boards. Puck still loose and now cleared back down the ice by the U.S. And Trevor Kidd's going to let it go. Icing is called against Team USA. You're watching the 1992 World Junior Hockey Championship live on TSN.
The pasta.
They loved it.
The sauces.
They're great.
The cooking. So easy. Introducing McCain pasta.
There's the man I just talked about, Nick Polano, the assistant general manager on the left. You can tell which general manager here, or assistant general manager, has the northernly team and which one has the southerly team. Look at the tan on Phil Esposito in comparison to poor Nick, who's already been suffering through the winter.
Here's Slaney for Team Canada. Junker will come in, trying to get outside on LeChance. Junker does a good job, then gets it across in front. There was nobody home. Back in the net. Tyler Wright trying to get loose. Spins off of one check. Wright still with it. Shot by Cullimore, just tipped wide. Here's Slaney, feathering it up for Team Canada. Tyler Wright in back of the net. Kimby Daniels in there to try to poke it loose. Daniels with a pair of goals for Team Canada back in the first period, accounting for all of Canada's offense in this game. It's a 2-2 tie. Offside called on the USA. Peter Ferrero, number 10, was a couple of steps ahead of the play on the left side.
All Canada needs right now is just one line to get it going for them, and then some momentum to follow after that. Rick Kornacki is still looking for that one line that's going to lead the way. Not that Canada have played badly in either the second or third, but they still have not played the way that they're capable of playing. They've got good jump, they've got good aggressiveness, Paul, and they've got to start showing a little bit more of that in this third period if they want to beat Team USA.
Here's Sador. Being pressured up there by Pat Peake. Peake has really come on for the U.S. in the second half of this game. He's playing well. Puck flipped in there by Lindros. He was battling against Chris Imes. Lindros going for the front of the net. Now he'll pick it up in the corner. Pass bouncing on him. Lindros still given a bump by Bilodeau. Lindros can't get it in front. 4:51 we played in this third period. Just a reminder to listen in at the conclusion of the game for the TSN Turning Point.
At the Mutual Group, we...
Patrick Poulin moving up for the face-off. This line hasn't looked bad for Team Canada. Nelson with Poulin and number 22, Martin Lapointe. Back comes Taychuk. Waits for the reinforcements. Campbell is up there with him. Can't get it across. Team Canada breaks it up and comes back to the attack. Stevenson rumbling in on goal. Drops it back to the trailer. Shot was blocked. Here's a chance now for Niedermeyer. Shoots just wide.
What a glorious opportunity for Team Canada, and in particular, Scott Niedermeyer. He walked right into the slot. Of opportunity to see where he wanted to shoot it.
Just a huge chance. Two-line pass called on Team Canada icing, and the face-off goes back into the Canadian zone.
Those are the opportunities that Team Canada have got to bury in this third period. They're letting Team USA off the hook. Niedermeyer knows it too.
And a nice job by Stevenson to set it up. He hit the first man trailing, and the shot was blocked.
Well, Turner Stevenson gave that drop pass. I don't think he realized that it was as far out of a scoring position as it was, but here's the best opportunity of all. You saw where Niedermeyer was intending to put it, not at our camera, but glove side.
And Trevor Kidd bats that one up over the glass, another play. Played 5:38 of this third period. A 2-2 hockey game. Team Canada scoring both its goals in the first period. Kimby Daniels had both of them. Scott Niedermeyer just missed a great chance. Steve Konowalchuk scoring for the U.S. along with Chris Ferrero. And that's Chris Ferrero. Make that Peter Ferrero, number 10, in there right now to take the face-off for the U.S. against Kimby Daniels.
Tyler Wright getting thrown out of that face-off for over-aggressiveness.
Peter Ferrero moving it in. Puck fired in on goal by Konowalchuk. Rebound in front. A scramble on the line. And it's a goal line stand by Team Canada. And they deny the U.S. the touchdown.
When in doubt if the puck's in or not, knock the net off of its moorings. That seems to be the game plan. What a scramble around Trevor Kidd. Right off of the face-off. Canada were under attack. They won the draw, but then just threw the puck away. Jason Cullimore just fired it up aimlessly along the boards, and that got Canada in trouble. There's the scoring opportunity, and you could see that puck just dribble in behind Trevor Kidd, but then he leaned back and grabbed it. Then he almost seemed to be unsure of himself whether he had it or not.
Looked like a football goal line stand with defenders jumping all over the place. Everyone crowding in there. And it was John Slaney who pushed the net off by the looks of it. Bouncing puck in front, a swipe at it for Konowalchuk. Score! The U.S. takes the lead.
Chris Ferraro was banging away at that loose puck. And this line has given Canada trouble all night long. And boy, do they ever do it again. Ferraro, both of them have got great speed. Konowalchuk just seems to fit in perfectly with these guys. He batted away at the puck initially. I think By the looks of that replay, it was number 9, Chris Ferraro, that got the goal. Konowalchuk, once again, banging at it, and then Chris Ferraro finding the loose puck to the side of Trevor Kidd.
It is Chris Ferraro who gets the goal, his second of the game, fourth of the tournament. Peter Ferraro gets the assist. And the goal coming at 6:03, and the U.S. with a lead. They led earlier in this game back in the first period. Kidd with another stop there off the point shot. And the U.S. flooding back into the attack. Puck tapped by Bilodeau there. This is Chris Imes there to pick it up. Had that good point shot a few seconds ago. This time he just dumps it down the ice, and the U.S. is called for icing.
Well, let's go back and take another look at that goal. You might not want to see it, but we're going to show it to you anyway. Canada getting caught in their own end zone, standing around. Daryl Sador was down on his knees, and that puck actually went right between his legs, and that gave Trevor Kidd some trouble. One thing a defenseman should not do is try to stop the puck and go down and interfere with your goaltender the way that Daryl Sador did on that play.
The line of Chris Ferraro, Peter Ferraro, and Steve Konowalchuk accounting for all 3 U.S. goals and giving them a 3-2 lead. Here comes John Lilly, gathering speed in over the blue line. Jim Campbell up there with him. Picks up the drop pass in the second effort. Campbell in around back of the net. Kidd leaves it there for Slaney. He has to backpedal and move it up around the boards. Team Canada will come out. Pass up was behind Steve Junker, and Brennan gets back there. Icing is called against Team Canada. Live from Fussen, Germany, this is the 1992 World Junior Championship.
Techniques, hi-fi components with MASH.
Welcome back. I'm Paul Romanek with Gary Green and Jim Van Horn. The U.S. on top, 3-2. Here's Niedermeyer for Team Canada. Starting out, he's got some room down along the boards. He'll cut in, crisscrossing up the line with Lapointe. Niedermeyer gets it back. Sador with a shot. That's knocked down. Niedermeyer after it in the corner. Lindros up there chopping away. Here's Niedermeyer dancing along. Bilodeau will tangle him up. Niedermeyer, normally a defenseman, he's up playing on the right wing for this shift. Here's Martin Lapointe. Niedermeyer goes to the front of the net. There's the pass. What a stop. Rebound in front, and Dunham will cover it up. Niedermeyer thought he had an ace up his sleeve, but Dunham trumps him again.
I'll tell you what, though, Scott Niedermeyer, when he came out to start that shift, was bound to determine he was going to tie this game up for Canada. Great determination. I don't know either how Mike Dunham stopped that puck, but he did. And he's frustrated Team Canada on a number of occasions here tonight. And this is just another one of them.
What a stop. Our broadcast position is almost parallel with the U.S. goal line, so we had a great view of that, other than what you saw on your screen at home, and it looked just remarkable. Halsinger rushing it up along the boards for the U.S., gets it outside, but Slaney sends it back in for Team Canada. Rafalski clears it up. Here's a race for the puck. Here comes Ralston racing it on goal, drops it back in front. And Ralston was going for the net, but decided to drop it back rather than shoot. The net comes off, and we get a stoppage. But great speed by Brian Ralston to get to that. I wonder if Niedermeyer is thinking about the 2 great chances he's had. And there's our broadcast position you can see. Complete with the wood paneling. Not like this back home, is it?
No, it's not, but a beautiful arena here at Fussen, Germany.
And while we're taking a look at our surroundings, just a quick moment to say hello from Sheldon Ferguson, the head scout of Team Canada, who's been on the road for quite a while. Want me to say hello to Troy and Kelly back home watching in Kitchener. Matvechuk clearing it out for Team Canada. Junker trying to barge his way through. And again, some speed by the U.S. creates a chance for Lilly, and it was Kidd there with the stop. A couple of good bursts of speed for Team USA, and here comes one for Canada with Sador. He goes in deep. Sador looking in front. He's got Brennan watching him. Rolls it right through the slot. Here's Bombardier with a shot. That is blocked by Taychuk. Bombardier trying to get it in front, but Taychuk will start it back the other way. Out at center. Here comes Campbell. Couldn't roll it in. Ferrero after it. Great work by Peter Ferrero to keep the puck inside the Team Canada zone. He's after it in the corner now with Sador. Chris Ferrero. Taychuk up there to forecheck. Gives his man a bump. Team Canada on the line change. Lindros comes off the bench. Chases. Pick it up and now to play. Well, just a reminder, coming up on TSN, January the 3rd, the Love of the Game returns with a look at the Super side of sport. TSN will spotlight sports agents on the deal maker. The 3rd at 8:30 Eastern on TSN. That is 5:30 Pacific time. I wonder if there'll be a deal in connection with Eric Lindros coming up soon.
Well, I'm sure that Eric and his family certainly hope so. And professional career in the National Hockey League right now is in the hands of the makers. A lot of agents here watching this tournament. Agents like Donnie Meehan, who I believe has 12 players here in this tournament.
He has 8 alone on Team Canada. Beat Bilodeau. Can't do it. We're coming up on the halfway point of this third period. Tension time for Team Canada, trailing 3-2. Puck in front. They crash around. Niedermayer's there again. Here's Dykhouse now. Point marked in front. Oh, the puck is tipped. Knocked away. Here's LaFleur in front. Blocked. And back comes Brian. Clears it down into Team Canada territory. In back of the net. He's wrapped up by Niedermayer. Rolling puck. Dykhouse losing it in his skates. Chopping away there. Finally ties him up along the boards, and we get a whistle. We played 10:38 of this third period, and Eric Lindros and his team staring up at a 3-2 deficit.
I think Eric's a little frustrated right now because every time he's been on the ice in this third period, watched, he's had a couple of USA. They're right on top of him for good reason as soon as he gets possession of the puck. Opens up ice for some of Eric's teammates.
Schreiner after for the U.S. Back to the line. Brennan. Puck skipping off the shin guards of Turner Stevenson. Into the boards now for Canada. Poulin trying to get it in front. And play is called. A cross-checking penalty coming up against.
I think it's Rich Brennan, isn't it, that's going off?
Brennan coming in with the cross-check in back of the net. And actually, I believe it's going to be number 22, Marty Schreiner.
Brennan, both involved. But watch in the corner. Scott LaChance is on his man. Watch this. There's where the cross-check occurred. Andy. Marty Schreiner going to the penalty box for his second minor penalty in tonight's game.
Chris Imes in his own end for Team USA. Canada with the power play chance. Here's Junker with right. Back to the line. Niedermeyer to Slaney. Back to Niedermeyer. Junker parked in front of the net. Slaney with a shot, and that is tipped up over the glass and out of play. And conspicuous by his absence for the first part of the power play, Eric Lindros not out there.
Keith Tachuk went down and got a piece of Slaney's shot. John Slaney's got an excellent shot from the point. He was passing it back and forth and just picked the wrong time to finally let go with it.
It's the Team Canada backup goaltender Mike Fountain standing in there back of the bench. And that is Eric Lindros, his teammate in Oshawa at center, out on the power play now, facing off against Brian Ralston of Team USA. Canada with about 1:25 left in the power play. Niedermeyer gets it across. Paul Correa out there also for Team Canada. He hasn't seen too much ice in this game. He zips in there now after the puck. Puck rolls around. Correa trying to pick it up. Knocked down. Nice job by Niedermeyer, although he pulled it down with a high stick, apparently, in the view of the referee, so play whistle dead.
Well, getting Correa on the ice is just hoping that he might explode offensively. He's a quick player that has seen very little ice time here in this tournament. He had an excellent training camp in Kitchener and really surprised all of his coaches. He made the team, but then hasn't been able to play up to the level that these players here that they're facing are at right now. But he's young yet.
Team Canada on the power play, but facing off deep in its own end. Niedermeyer, and along the boards, Lindros there to help out, and he will peel away and start back. Lapointe out there with him, and Correa. Correa and Lapointe crisscross at center. Niedermeyer comes in, up to join the rush. Lindros drops back, has it now, across, and that shot fired and wired high and wide by Lapointe. Back for the U.S. comes John Lilly. He's got some speed, almost worked it in front to Keith Tachuk. Here's Tachuk in the corner now. Slips it in back of the Team Canada goal. 50 seconds remaining in the man advantage for Canada. We played just over 12 minutes of this third period. The U.S. leading 3-2. Here's Correa. Whips it in around back of the Team USA goal. Lindros up there, bumps his man, but can't get the puck. Lindros puts his head down and heads into work again. Gets it loose. Correa centers it. That's blocked in front of the net. Konowalchuk dropped down in front of it. Big play by the U.S. player. Puck rolling around. Slaney right in front of the net, and Lapointe couldn't convert. Konowalchuk can't get it out. Team Canada with 15 seconds to go on the power play. Here's Correa. Looking for some help. Imes covering him. Lindros comes in. Lindros trying to stick handle for the front. The referee got in the way. Here's Slaney now. Drops it back. Sador shoots. That is tipped wide. Penalized player is back on. The team's at even strength. Team Canada knocking at the door, but the U.S. didn't answer. Brian Ralston fires that wide, and it zips around the boards and all the way down the ice. Here's Stevenson to Lindros. Rolling it through in front, intended there for Slaney, but it went off the stick of Ralston. Here's Stevenson again. He's got Poulin up there with him. Couldn't get it there, and the U.S. racing back. Lilly in on goal. Trying to center it in front. The trailer was Tachuk, and he couldn't get the shot away. Here's Tachuk again. Trying to get it in front. Rolling puck. Campbell can't get a shot away. And the team's going back and forth, picking it up on knock for three. Icing is called on Team Canada.
I'll tell you what, though. Paul Correa showed why he was selected for this team, though. For his quickness and his offensive ability. He did a masterful job of setting up a couple of good scoring opportunities. Eric Lindros had a great chance to score, but Correa kept going for the puck. he can definitely handle it in close quarters. And when he's got a little bit of open ice, boy, oh boy, he's got eyes in the back of his head. He can see the whole ice surface out there. He's just had difficulty on even strength situations handling the physical play.
Team Canada trailing 3-2 and called for icing. The go-ahead goal for the U.S. from Chris Ferrero at 6:03 of this third period. Fussen, Germany, considerably earlier, 6 hours in the Eastern time zones back in Canada. Wherever you're watching in, hope you're enjoying this game. Turning out to be a pretty good New Year's present. Both these clubs involved in a good game, and right now the U.S. is going to get a good chance on the power play. A high sticking call against Jason Cullimore down in front of the Team Canada zone. The U.S. leading by a score of 3-2.
Chris Ferraro just pulled Cullimore into that penalty. Ferraro has played such a smart game here today. Cullimore is a big man. 6'5", 227 pounds. There you see that he gets his stick caught up with Ferraro, and Ferraro went down right in front of the referee.
6 minutes to play in this third period. Canada trailing 3-2. The team that wins this game will have gold medal hopes still in their control. The team that loses will likely need help from other sources. Here's LeChance. A bullet right on. Kidd blocks it. Rebound, scores. Connor Walchuk. And check that, it was Ralston. It's 4-2.
Well, that penalty to Cullimore has proved very costly to Team Canada. There's the shot from the point. A bullet of a drive. Trevor Kidd made the initial save, but couldn't control the rebound. And with two U.S. players standing in front, they just started banging away at that puck. There you see Pat Peake. He is standing to the side, as is Brian Ralston. Ralston was the player that finally put that puck behind Trevor Kidd. Canada's in trouble.
A power play goal. Ralston gets it. That is his second of the tournament, and Team Canada is down 4-2. Nelson trying to knock it loose. Bilodeau up off the boards. Here's Nelson. Poulin comes back in to Stevenson on the backhand. Rebound, scores! And Canada gets back into it.
And very quickly, too. There's the rush. Now watch. You're going to see Jeff Nelson head for the net. Mike Dunham is watching the puck carrier, but then all of a sudden opens his legs up, makes the initial save, but kicks it right back out in front of the net. Turner Stevenson once again doing a lot of the work to put Jeff Nelson into a position to be able to score.
Turner Stevenson picking up the assist on the goal. And Team Canada pulls to within one. With about 5 minutes to go in this third period. Here's Scott LeChance. Slaney hustling back there to pick it up for Team Canada. Taychuk watching him. Slaney will pull away. Right. Lead pass a little bit too far for Junker. Dunham clears it to the line, but not out. Here's Daniels moving in, top of the slot. Tic-tac-toes around, gets it back. Cullimore shoots. That is blocked in front of the net by LeChance. And LeChance will pick it up now and wheel it up along the boards for Taychuk. Taychuk coming in. He's got Campbell trailing. Now Campbell. Screen shot was blocked. Rebound in front, crashing through. There's Peter Ferrero. Couldn't land it on goal. Kidd with a stop. Connor Walchuk moving up and had it pulled away. Ein can't keep it in. Bilodeau waits for his mates to get onside and dumps it back up. Here's Chris Ferrero down in the corner. all the way back, moving up his irons with a shot. Loose in front, just fired wide by Chris Ferrero. Here's Lindros now to Chris Ferrero. Back for Peter Ferrero. Back in around the boards. And Imes, the point man, isn't going to move up to try to keep the drive alive.
U.S. sure aren't laying back and trying to protect this one-goal lead. They're going for more.
Here's Lindros in the corner, rolled it in front of the net, and Korea couldn't get his stick on it. Back comes the U.S. Ferrero stepping in. Konowalchuk with him, but he couldn't get it through. Konowalchuk into the corner. Can't pick it up. Dykhouse trying to pick his way back through a crowd. Team USA making some changes on the fly. 4-3, the U.S. leading. We've played 16:45 of the third period. Here's Carl Dykhouse with Pat Peak in hot pursuit. LaChance. Dumping it down to the corner. Dykhouse will pick it up. Lindros wheels into motion and takes the pass. Up the middle for Stevenson. Knocked back away. Korea after it. Down into the corner. LaChance will give him a bump. Stevenson up there to help out. They try to poke it loose along the boards. Now it's gobbled up by Ralston. Back for Team USA. Peak can't pick it up. And offside is called on Team Canada. Lots more still to come from Fussen, Germany. Brian Ralston with what will stand as the go-ahead goal and the winning goal for the U.S., barring a Canadian fourth goal to tie things up. Jeff Nelson pulling Canada to within one at 14:48. And time ticking down. Up on the rush now for Canada. St. Pierre with a shot. That's just wide. Down into the corner. Nelson hurrying after it. Taps it loose. Bilodeau. And that bounces past Bombardier. Sador racing back to pick it up. 2 minutes to play. Canada trailing by a goal. Here comes St. Pierre through the middle. Shoots one. Just lifted it wide. Up around the board. Here's Bombardier. For St. Pierre, trying to get it in front. LaChance will break it up, bangs it off the boards out to center. Bombardier now for Team Canada, waiting for his teammates to get on side, and Rick Kornacki making some changes. Dykhouse comes out. So does Niedermeyer and Daniels. Here's Nelson with the reinforcements coming in. Daniels in front. Puck just fired wide by Niedermeyer. He's had 3 great chances in this game. Daniels after it. Trying to get it loose, and the puck squirts up over the boards into the U.S. bench. Niedermeyer with another great chance.
Well, it's been the story of the game, though, for Team Canada, hasn't it? Their offense has really come, especially the opportunities from this man. Scott Niedermeyer has controlled the puck and so much of the offense for Team Canada. Some of the big guns for Team Canada up front just haven't been going. One man that has been going has been Mike Dunham for Team USA. He's been the player of the game in my eyes.
Some great stops. One of them on Niedermeyer from point-blank range. Juggled it right along the goal line, kept it out. Lindros up in the face-off for Team Canada. Junker and Niedermeyer also right up in the face-off with Kimby Daniels. Only one man back in this face-off alignment. That is John Slaney, parked all the way back at the right point. And it comes back to Slaney. He'll step up, cuts across, lifting it in front. All kinds of traffic, 3 red jerseys, and no one could get a stick on it for Team Canada. Here's Daniels. And back behind the play, a U.S. player is on the ice rolling around. Keith Tachuk, the team's captain. Looked as though he got a stick in the midsection. He just dropped to the ice after his scramble. And is being looked at, as you can see there, by the trainer.
Well, even though that's right in front of us, I didn't see what happened. It was behind the play, and Tachuk all of a sudden was in great pain rolling around on the ice. Let's take a look at it. Maybe it happened a little earlier. Right. Oh, there it is.
And it looked like Niedermeyer.
Niedermeyer gave Tkachuk that stick right in the stomach. Not a necessary move on Niedermeyer's part. Oh, go back and take a look at it one more time, and it doesn't get any prettier.
Especially for the U.S. captain, Keith Tkachuk, who was still down on the ice.
No doubt having the wind knocked right out of him. And what a tough character he is, too. He's really been the heart and soul in a lot of ways for Team USA today. It may be the Ferraros and Konowalchuk that have led this team offensively, but the work of Keith Tkachuk along the boards and in the corners has really been one big reason why Team USA are ahead right now.
Played last year for the team, didn't see as much action. His front and center this year as the team's captain. Eric Lindros is Rick Kornacki's team captain, and he would love to see the big centerman at least tie this one up for Team Canada and keep some semblance of gold medal hopes alive. But as each game goes by and as Canada continues to falter without a victory, it is getting tougher and tougher. Games against the Soviets and the Czechs still to come. Here's Junker. Back to the line. Canada with the empty net. And an extra attacker. Here's Slaney along the boards, looking for the front of the net. He'll get some help there along the boards to keep the drive in there. Junker into the corner. Junker now along the boards. Here's Lapointe to Lindros. 30 seconds to go. Niedermeyer shoots, and Dunham turns him back. Here's Lindros again. Back of the net there for Daniels. Couldn't get to it, and the puck cleared down the ice. Konowalchuk scores.
Well, an excited USA team for good reason. We talked about it at the first of the game, Paul, how important this game was to Team USA for more reasons than just in the standings. They were taking on the Giants in their eyes.
And Steve Konowalchuk racing up to get to that puck and finish it off.
To be honest, I think some of Team Canada's members were guilty of thinking that that puck was going down the ice for a quick icing call, and they didn't bother to hustle back and try to get possession.
15 seconds to go, and Team USA will pick up only its second victory over Canada in the history of the World Junior Hockey Championship. It's been a long time between wins. The last one came back in 1981, and the U.S. will enjoy this.
Well, a very deserving win for Team USA. Remember back, Art Berglund had told us that if they were going to win, Mike Dunham was going to have to play outstanding. And just as the buzzer had went, one of Team Canada's players had been hit hard into the boards.
And that's Ryan Hughes, who's being helped up. And he was hammered into the boards by Ryan Holzinger.
Just as the play was ending, Holzinger just wrapped Ryan Hughes into the boards heavily. That just added a little salt to the wound.
What a great game by the U.S. team. A 2-2 tie heading into the third period. The U.S. had to dig deep and did. Adding 3 goals to Canada's 1, and the U.S. skates off with only its second win ever over Canada in the World Junior Hockey Championship. The last one was actually not even against the Canadian All-Star team, but against the Cornwall Royals, who were representing Canada back in 1981.
Well, right now we're waiting for the Player of the Game award. And Chris Ferrero is receiving it for Team USA. That's a tough decision because Mike Dunham had played so well in net, and both Chris and Peter Ferrero played well, as did Connor Walchuk for Team USA.
Ferrero picked up a pair of goals. Eric Lindros is the player for Team Canada, and you can hear the reaction.
Well, Eric has to take a lot with each and every game that he plays.
Score of today's hockey game, 5-3, Team USA over Team Canada. The Americans move into a first-place tie with CIS. Our live coverage of the World Junior Hockey Championships continues in just a moment.
Is he there, please? Yes, this is David Watson, W-A-T-S-O-N, 555-1167. It's very important. So, ladies, can I buy you a beverage? Excuse me. Watson. Brunette? Yeah, it's for you.
Hello? Oh, hi.
Can we buy you a blue?
A blue? Sure. No, we'd rather come down there.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're laughing. Labatt's blue. In the mood for a bit of sun. Think red. Air Canada red. You're as good as there. Do thoughts of London and Paris make your spirit soar? Think red. Air Canada red. You're as good as there.
Hi, I'm Martin Lapointe from the National Junior Team. Watch us tomorrow when we play Czechoslovakia on TSN.
Time now for the TSN Turning Point, brought to you by the Mutual Group. In the third period at 6:03, the United States took a 3-2 lead on Chris Ferrero's second goal of the game, his third point of the evening, as they took a 3-2 lead and went on to defeat Team Canada 5-3 to pull off a major upset. A cash donation will be made to the Coaching Association of Canada for the training and development of coaches in amateur sport on behalf of TSN and the Mutual Group. Financial products, services, and expert advice. The Mutual Group and you facing tomorrow together. Stay with us. Our New Year's Day coverage of the World Junior Hockey Championships continues in just a moment.
Nobody does hockey like Upper Deck.
You know, I just love this new Diet Pepsi song, but do you think it's caught on yet?
You got the right one, baby.
Diet Pepsi.
You got the right one, baby. You got the right one, baby.
You got the right one, baby.
You got the right one, baby.
You go in thinking these people are stupid, it'll get you hurt.
When fear is an addiction.
I like being scared.
And danger is a drug.
Don't like it too much.
How do you know?
Not taking your work home at night.
It's fine line, Bob.
Whether you're the cop.
What if I don't think it's all right?
Or the criminal.
You're a cop. Arrest me.
Rush, featuring the music of Eric Clapton.
Toronto engagement now playing. Starts Friday, January 10th at a theater near you.
TSN, Canada's leader in international hockey coverage, is pleased to present the 1992 World Junior Hockey Championship from Fussen, Germany. Today's game was brought to you by Air Canada, a proud sponsor of international hockey. By Esso Associates and Imperial Oil, you're on your way with Esso. By Labatt's Blue, proud sponsor of Canada's international hockey program. And by Pepsi, it's got what it takes. Well, certainly you have to give the United States full value for their victory tonight over Team Canada. 5-3 was the final score, only the second time in the history of junior competition that Team USA has defeated Team Canada. The Canadians certainly had their chances to win the game in the third period, but couldn't score when they had to, and that's been a problem they have experienced throughout the course of this tournament. They can't score, they can't generate the offense they need to win. Let's get some more final comments from Gary Green and Paul Romana.
Team Canada probably played its best game, certainly as good as they played in this tournament against the U.S., but it wasn't enough.
No, it wasn't enough, Paul, and I think that we're all a little disappointed at the way that Team Canada played in the second and third period. They played a good first period. They came out, they had some jump, they were skating, they were shooting the puck, and it looked as though they were going to take control today and give us all what we've been waiting to see from Team Canada, them playing the way we know they're capable of playing. But they just never quite got to that point in either the second or third period.
As to whether or not Canada is still in contention for the gold medal, well, get out the slide rule, because in a tournament like this, there are always at least 5 or 10 different permutations. Who knows? But the fact is, for sure, it's uphill all the way now.
Don't go away, folks, because we never know what happens in these World Junior Championships, and Canada is never out of it, I guess, until officially on the standings and enough games have been played that someone tells us so.
And you can't take a thing away from the U.S. What a great team they had this year, maybe their best ever.
I thought it was an outstanding effort in the second and third period for Team USA. They were a little cautious. They played a little defensively in the first.
Here again, Jim Van Horn.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. Be sure to join us our next telecast, Czechoslovakia against Canada, tomorrow afternoon. That's 2 p.m. Eastern Time, Canada against Czechoslovakia. For all of us in Fussen, I'm Jim Van Horn. The final score of today's game, USA over Team Canada, 5-3 the final. So long from Germany.
Champions, legends, heroes,